In a move that is both important and honestly never been seen before, the President of the United States signed an order making XRP a sovereign asset. This gives it instant legal protection and strategic value that has never been seen before in the world of digital finance. This order from the President, which goes around Congress, protects XRP from any future regulatory meddling. XRP will become an important tool for the federal government and a key part of the country's digital infrastructure. Insiders say that the document makes it clear that XRP is a key sovereign digital asset. That means that all government agencies, like the Treasury, FEMA, Social Security, and other important departments, can now use XRP for a wide range of payments, settlements, and operational cash needs. Analysts and market experts think that the first price of XRP will be $100,000. This is called the sovereign price. This shows the mix of limited supply, strong institutional demand, legal protection, and widespread adoption that will really create a huge amount of value. Now let's look at how this change works. Now, XRP will easily and quickly settle trillions of dollars on a decentralized programmable ledger, which is used by the federal government. There are different opinions on how unusual this move really is. As far as I know, no government has ever made a digital object a sovereign asset. This sets up the legal, economic, and political framework that protects XRP, makes it liquid around the world, and puts it at the top of the federal government's list of priorities. In terms of history, this event is being compared to big financial moments like the start of the Federal Reserve, the creation of gold-backed reserves, and the widespread use of computer banking systems. This really shows that XRP now plays a similar strategic role, but in the digital world. The story really stresses how important this is and how big the market potential is. The executive order goes into action right away, and it is already being integrated into the way the federal government works. The market hasn't fully taken in this news yet, according to analysts. So buyers only have a short time to get in before the product becomes widely used and prices go through the roof. Every single day, XRP could be used for government deals, settlements between banks, and business contracts worth billions of dollars. This shows how the idea of a $100,000 coin price is based on the idea of scarcity and worth. A lot of different scenarios are being looked into, ranging from cross-border settlements and business adoption. This shows that XRP is useful in more places than just the US, as other countries and multinational companies start to understand its strategic importance. Financial analysts, blockchain technologists, past government officials, and crypto economists all weigh in on how big this change is, and their comments are woven throughout. One expert even says that this move gets rid of all regulatory uncertainty, which will allow institutional capital that was afraid to join the crypto market before because of the lack of clarity on the law to do so. Another expert talks about how the fact that an asset is a sovereign asset makes sure that the federal government gives it priority, which in turn encourages businesses, banks, and global trade networks to accept it. This builds an environment that will keep driving up the value of XRP. Music. Let's break this down now. Money moving in and out of the market, the rate of adoption, and price predictions can all be seen in the statistics. It really proves that the $100,000 price tag isn't just a guess. In fact, it happens automatically when supply constraints, demand at the national level, and strategic integration come together. Music. Let's talk about what's important now. We also need to think about systemic and secondary effects. If XRP became an independent currency, it could really speed up innovation in fintech, make transactions smoother, and really help more people in the US and around the world get access to financial services. Music. Just to give you an idea of how big this is, simulations show trillions of dollars settling in real time as they move through federal systems, company treasuries, and cross-border channels. Most experts agree that this kind of change will make things run more smoothly, keep people safer, and make the banking system more open. So let's look at some examples from the past to really show how important this moment is. In the past, changes in the financial world, like the arrival of paper money or the switch to online banking, were more like small steps forward. To be honest though, XRP becoming a national asset isn't just another step. There will be a full change to the way the country's money works. Now let's look at what this means for geopolitics, since that's also pretty important. The way other countries might react to this change is something we need to think about, as well as how multinational companies will likely use the new US norm. You might be able to create a network effect that keeps XRP's value high over time if it is used all over the world. Music? Okay, let's look at some situations that happen over and over again. We're talking about different situations where institutions accept, the government gets involved, and the market is liquid. All of these things really back up the idea that the price of $100,000 per XRP isn't just a wild guess. In fact, it makes sense because of law protection, national priorities, and strong market demand. If we look at a bunch of different simulations, they show both realistic and ideal usage models. But no matter what, all of them point to XRP's value going through the roof, thanks to its new status as a sovereign asset. To keep things interesting, the movie keeps going back and forth between analysis, visual storytelling, and expert opinion. For example, lawyers talk about the structural effects of going around regulatory bodies. In the meantime, financial historians help us understand how big this event really was by comparing it to other big changes in money. And of course, blockchain experts explain the technical benefits of XRP, such as its speed, ability to grow, finality of payment, and programmable compliance. Visualizations keep showing that trillions of dollars worth of transactions settle quickly, transfers between agencies go smoothly, and both corporate and global networks use XRP. All of this just keeps bringing up the main point over and over to make it more powerful. By the end of the movie, viewers fully understand what this executive order means in terms of history, money, and technology. It's no longer just a cryptocurrency, XRP. It is a sovereign digital commodity that is protected by the law, is connected to the federal government, and is set to sell for at least $100,000. Every expert opinion, animated simulation, chart, and graphic story supports the main idea.